So to further understand the lesson on how to solve quadratic equation by completing the square, let's try another example. So let's have example number 3. Example number 3 is y squared minus 8y is equal to negative 13. So just like example number 2, it was already arranged in the right form of the equation for us to use completing the square. All we have to do now is to right away make use of b over 2, expression b over 2 quantity squared. What's the value of b? That value of b is the number or the numerical coefficient na kasama ng linear term. The linear term is this, so yung number na kasama niya ay negative 8. So, substitute natin, it will be equal to negative 8 divided by 2 quantity squared. Then, simplify it. We do have negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Quantity squared, which is equal to negative 4 times negative 4, we do have 16. So that 16 is the number to be added on both sides of the equation to make this left side, again, a perfect square trinomial. So, let's do it. So, y squared minus 8y plus 16 is equal to negative 13 plus 16. So, that is what will happen. Then, since this left side is already a perfect square trinomial, so we can now find its factors. We know that its factors are square of binomial. So, by just simply getting the square root of the first term and square root of last term, then knowing the operation of the middle term. So, we do have square root of y squared is y, square root of 16 is 4, then the operation of the middle is minus, then quantity squared. Then it will be equal to negative 13 plus 16. That is positive 3. And from there, again, we are going to make use of extracting the roots. So get the square root of both sides of the equation. So when we get the square root of that, cancel the square root side, and the 2 ang may iwan ay y minus 4 is equal to, since 3 is a non-perfect square, and there are also no factors of 3 other than 1, wherein one of its factor is a perfect square, then the answer to the square root of 3 will stay as it is. So you are just going to put positive, negative before that square root of 3. So we're not yet through because y here still has negative 4 here. So all you have to do is just simply move negative 4 to the right side of the equation. So pag ginawa mo yun, you'll have y is equal to positive 4 plus or minus the square root. So this is already the solution. So if you want to be, solution, kasi sinasabi natin there are two solutions to a given quadratic equation. So paghiwalayin natin dalawa. So first solution, or y sub 1 is equal to 4 plus square root of 3. Then the other one is y sub 2, which is equal to 4 minus square root of 3. But we are already accepting if your answer is like this. Ito is already enough when you answer a problem just like this. But if you want to if you want to be sure that you are getting two solutions of the given quadratic equation, pwede yung paghiwalayin yung dalawa, yung plus or minus. So it will come up with just like this as 4 plus square root of 3 and 4 minus square root of 3. So that's how we answer problem number 3. Okay, so let us answer another example similar to example number 3. So let's have example number 4 na here. So number 4, that is x squared plus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So in the example number 4, the constant term is still on the left side of the equation. So the first thing you're going to do is move the constant term to the right side of the equation. Then, when you do that, you'll come up with x squared plus 4x is equal to 1. Then, if it's already in this form of the equation, that's the time now that you're going to make use the expression use of b over 2 quantity squared. So, from there, we know that the value of b is positive 4. So, simply substitute positive 4 to the given expression. We do have here 4 divide by 2 quantity squared. Then, 4 divided by 2 is 2 quantity squared, which is equal to 4. So, that number 4 is to be added on both sides of the equation. So, it will become x squared plus 4x then plus 4 equal to 1 plus 4. So in that case, this left side of the equation is already a perfect square trinomial. So we can come up now with factors of it. So square root of the first and last term, then the operation of the middle. Square root ng x squared ay x. The operation of the middle is plus. Square root ng last term is 2. Then quantity squared. So meaning to say, ang factors nito are two identical binomials. Two identical binomials. Ibig sabihin, dalawang ganito yung factors of this trinomial, which is what we call perfect square trinomial. Equal to 1 plus 4, that would be 5. Then from here, let's make use of extracting the roots for us to remove square root sign here and the 2, the square. Then, what will be left is x plus 2, which is equal to, since 5 is not a perfect square and it's also, there's no also factors of 5 wherein one of its factors is a perfect square, then it will stay as it is. You're just going to positive, negative before that square root of 5. Then the next thing we are going to do is to move 2 to the right side of the equation for us to have the solution. So let's continue it here. So we do have here x is equal to negative 2 plus or minus square root of 5. Sinasabi natin, this answer is already acceptable even if you will not separate the two solutions na x na yung positive tsaka yung negative. But if you want to do it, pwede rin naman. So the first solution will be x of 1 is equal to negative 2 plus square root of 5, and the other one is x of 2, second solution as negative 2 minus the square root of 5. So these are the two solutions.